Hello and welcome back to Cardio versus Weight Training, Part 2. So in this module, what we're going to do is start covering resistance strength training. So what is resistance training? Resistance training is also strength training or weight training, is creating resistance to lift or pull against a force causing contractions in your muscles to build strength, anaerobic endurance, and size of skeletal muscles. So resistance training is based upon the principle that muscles of the body will overcome a resistance force when they're required to do so. When you do resistance training repeatedly and consistently, your muscles will become stronger. So examples of resistance training, there's lots of ways, as you can imagine, again, like cardiovascular, how you can train doing resistance training. Some of those include free weights, which are classic strength training tools such as dumbbells, barbells, or kettlebells. You can use medicine balls or sandbags, which are weighted balls or bags. Weight machines, which are basically, if you've never been into a gym, is a device that have adjustable seats with handles or bars attached, either to hold or pull weights with hydraulics and cables. Resistance bands are quite popular now, which are like giant rubber bands, which provide resistance when stretched. They're very portable and can be adapted to most workouts. The bands provide continuous resistance throughout a movement. Suspension equipment, a training tool that uses gravity and the user's body weight to complete various exercises. And of course, the ultimate classic would be your own body weight, which can be used for squats, press-ups, or chin-ups. Using your own body weight is super convenient, especially when traveling or even if you've got a little workout room at work. So physical and mental health benefits that can be achieved through resistance training include improved muscle strength and tone to protect your joints from injury, maintaining flexibility and balance, which can help you remain independent as you age. Weight management and increased muscle to fat ratio. As you gain muscle, your body burns more kilojoules when at rest. May help reduce or prevent cognitive decline in older people. You'll have greater stamina as you grow stronger. You won't get tired as easily. Prevention or control of chronic conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, back pain, depression, and obesity, and also pain management. Improved mobility and balance, improved posture, decreased risk of injury, increased bone density and strength, reducing the risk of osteoporosis when you get older, improved sense of general well-being, improved sleep, and increased self-esteem and self-confidence. You'll also enhance your performance of everyday tasks. Now, resistance training consists of various components. There's basic principles and some terminology I'm just going to outline quickly for you. So your program of overall fitness should ideally be composed of various exercise types, such as aerobic training, flexibility, strength training, and balance exercises. Weights, different weights and other types of resistance should be used. For example, a 3 kilogram hand weight or a body weight or even a resistance band will be used for different exercises during a strength training session. The exercise is a particular movement. For example, a calf raise is designed to strengthen a particular muscle or group of muscles or target that muscle. Repetitions or reps, onto some terminology now. That refers to the number of times you continuously repeat each exercise in a set. Now, a set is a group of repetitions performed without resting. For example, 2 sets of squats of 15 reps would mean you do 15 squats, then rest your muscles before repeating another 15 squats. The rest is what you need to take between sets. Now, your rest period will vary depending on the intensity of the exercise being undertaken and the desired result. So, as the saying goes, variety is the spice of life. So you need to be switching up your workout routine, such as regularly introducing new exercises, change the way you do certain exercises and varying the speed you do them, challenges your muscles and forces them to adapt and strengthen. Progressive overload principle, that's to continue to gain benefits of strength training, should be done to the point where it's hard for you to do another repetition. There's no point using a weight that's so light you can do 100 reps quite easily. The aim is to use an appropriate weight or resistance force that will challenge you to maintain good technique. Also, regular adjustments to the training variables such as frequency, duration, exercises for each muscle group, and the number of exercises for each muscle group that you do, as well as varying the sets and the repetitions, will all help to make you progress and help you improve. Now, recovery, very important. The muscle needs time to repair and adapt after a workout. So a good rule of thumb is to rest the muscle group, if you've particularly targeted a certain one, for up to 48 hours before working the same one in a similar fashion again. So Aerobic or anaerobic training, best for weight loss. So what is the best training approach for fat loss? And that's what we're talking about here in particular. Here we're going to put the aerobic and resistance training head to head to give you the verdict on the best way to help you lose body fat and, importantly, to keep it off. Now, clearly, for many reasons, people start and continue with aerobic and resistance training program is to lose body fat and, of course, to avoid putting that fat back on. So whatever type of exercise you choose, you can guarantee it will help you increase your calorie burn. But when you're looking to drop a few pounds of fat, you want to know which type of exercise is the most suitable to help you hit that target. So aerobic training, okay, we're going back to the running. Top tips for burning calories doing aerobic training. It will burn calories, full stop. Okay, aerobic training is continuous exercise that gets you slightly breathless, but still allows you to hold some form of conversation. If you can talk normally, then you need to push it a little bit more. So if you're looking to burn body fat, aerobic exercise is a must as part of your training program. Look to exercise for a minimum of 20 minutes at a time, 3 times a week, in order to get measurable gains. Walking, jogging, running, cycling, going back through all of the ones I mentioned in part 1. Okay. They're all good forms of aerobic training. And of course, don't forget the most effective ones are the ones which require you to support your own body weight. So therefore, an hour spent running will burn more calories than an hour spent in a swimming pool, for example, because in the pool, your body weight is supported by the water, which requires less energy than if you have to support yourself. Typical advice for your aerobic exercise is that it should be low intensity to burn body fat. However, by making your aerobic exercise sessions more intense by simply working harder, you can gain more benefits from your workout, including a greater calorie burn. Basically, the harder you push it, the more fuel you'll require. Think of a car, for example. Driving at 100 miles an hour burns more fuel than driving at 50 miles an hour. Longer post-exercise calorie burn. Studies have shown that inserting short, more intense efforts in your aerobic workout will significantly ramp up your calorie burn, particularly after your session has ended. This increased calorie burn can continue for hours, which means that you can burn more calories even after you've stopped exercising. Increased fitness, equally beneficial byproducts of spicing up your workouts with short, fast efforts. So you imagine a run, if you interject with some short, fast bursts, then you're going to get the improvements from that. Okay, working harder for even short periods of time, your body will step up to the new challenge and your fitness is going to increase. Now, anaerobic training and calorie burning. Exercises using weight and your body weight should form an integral part of your fat loss program. 1 or 2 weekly sessions of around 45 minutes will bring about noticeable improvements and will complement your aerobic training on so many different levels, namely increasing muscle mass. If you have toned muscles, the energy cost of maintaining that muscle mass is greater than that of body fat. Hence, toned muscles gives a greater calorie burn even when not exercising, resulting in an elevated metabolic rate for 24 hours a day. Increasing your muscle mass doesn't mean that you have to resemble a bodybuilder, and especially you ladies out there lifting weights, you will not turn into a muscle Mary. You're just simply carrying out correctly structured resistance training will give you the required gains that you need. Tighten up and pull in. By toning up your muscles correctly, you'll find that everything gets pulled in, particularly around the stomach. So as well as burning extra calories, your shape changes as you slim down. Not strictly fat loss in this instance, but an extremely visible and tangible benefit of carrying out resistance training. So on to the last section, aerobic or anaerobic training. What's best for fat loss? The facts are that if you're looking for optimal fat loss, there is no single discipline is the best solution. The best training method is to employ a combination of both aerobic and resistance so that you move towards your target with several strategies, not just sticking to one of them. Head-to-head gives the following results. Aerobic training shaves off pounds of fat, tones and slims parts of the body utilized, frequently the legs, especially with runners, burns calories post-exercise, whereas anaerobic training shapes the body all over, helps calorie burn 24 hours a day as you increase your muscle, burns calories whilst at rest. So, in conclusion, keeping it off and getting it off is everybody's target for losing body fat. For your exercise and weight loss strategy, always look for long-term results rather than any quick fix solutions. Quick fixes may produce short-term gains, but they will not deliver long-term, and that's a guarantee. Therefore, by combining both resistance training workouts with aerobic exercise, you will not only reach your goals faster, the pounds of fat won't pile back on afterwards. In addition to this, you're going to feel better, fitter, stronger, and will develop a fantastic positive lifestyle and good habits that will hopefully bring about benefits for the rest of your life. Now, that's got to be worth a few workouts a week, right? So get yourself up, and moving, no matter what it is you choose to do, whether it's a walk to increase your heart rate or you decide to splash out on a big expensive bike. Get yourself moving, folks. Thanks for listening, and I shall speak to you in the next one.